there's not always going to be a straight path to success. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be a lot of sunshine. There's going to be a lot of rainfalls.
But it wasn't nice, obviously, because when I got into puberty, it started kicking off, do you know what I mean? Giving it large portions, big time. And I had to get taken out of school and put in hospital. And I got diagnosed with the worst Tourette's in Europe at that time. 50 out of 55 known twitches. But I was pretty fucking severe, do you know what I mean? So,
First of all, thank you for listening to my story. Your story is equally as important.
People who struggle with sleep end up in dark places on their own. You know, you sit alone. We don't get involved in like politics or things that can cause people to argue. Really, all we want to do is provoke people's passions that kind of get dulled in everyday life.
Everyone's got a story, and it all carries a powerful message. It all carries a powerful message.
Head Cases Podcast, hosted by Damo Sims and Nick Stoppani.
Hello, welcome to Head Cases Podcast, episode 8 with Damo Sims and myself, Nick Stoppani, except Damo is not here today. It's the first episode he's not been able to do. So we thought we would carry on because we did have one little week off. Right, forgive us. We were so busy, things coming at us left, right and centre. But yeah, this is Head Cases Podcast, Britain's freshest mental health talk show. On today's show, I'll be talking to a young music curator who is only 16 years of age. And I found him on TikTok. His passion for music is huge and he wants to share a heartwarming story with us. So I said, yeah, of course, A6, of course you can. Before we speak to today's guest, I'd like to just share with you, there are a few ways for you to get in touch with Head Cases Podcast. We do have a WhatsApp number, so it is really easy to send us your text or your voice notes. The number is 07822 010 819. And if you're outside the UK, please dial +44 and omit the first 0. That number once more is 07822 010 819. And at our website, which of course is headcasespodcast.co.uk, we do have a list of helplines and websites available there, and also links to our social media channels as well. Okay, enough of me. Let's introduce today's guest. Would you please welcome Alfie, aka A6. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm okay, you?
I'm very tired today, Alfie. Very tired. And I've got to apologise. My colleague Damo is not here. For the first time ever on Head Cases Podcast, he's not here. He's had to shoot off somewhere. Bit of emergency going on.
It's all right.
Bless him. But no, he was so excited to when I spoke to him about your music and your story. He was very excited. So, you know, on behalf of Damo, we apologise.
Yeah, that's all right. I forgive Damo.
You forgive Damo. Right. So talk to us about what it is you actually do.
So I'm now a artist. So I make music. So all sorts of music I do. I do country. I can do rap, hip hop, all sorts of things. And yeah, I just make music for a living now.
When did you first start getting into music then, Alfie?
I think it was my brother. So he's an artist as well. He goes by the name of JC. He started roughly, my age, 15 at the time. Right. And so he was making music when we shared a room and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, it's just boring. It's nothing, it's not anything fun. And then he was like to me, Alfie, let's go on a song. I was like, no, I don't want it. He said, just do it. Let's do it for fun. So we made our first song together. I think it was Another Love. I think it was something like that.
Okay.
And I started really enjoying it. So I was like, do you know what? When I next get my money next, I'm going to buy myself a microphone and a laptop and make music. So that's kind of where I started. And I got inspiration from my brother from that.
I mean, is there a particular program or software that you require to create your tracks?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, well, to talk us through how you actually go about what you do in terms of, right, okay, I want to make a track. Talk us through the process of it, Alfie.
Okay, so when I get a thought in my mind about me making a song, of course I go to my laptop, I type in BandLab, so that's the software that I use to download my beat, put it in there and record my voice and all that, edit my voice, etc. And I just kind of just do it all by that. And, I listen to the beat over, I think, 5-6 times. And then I start writing my lyrics. My lyrics speak about 30-40 minutes.
Okay.
Just let alone make music, make my lyrics up and everything. And then I click record and I record the lyrics that I've written down.
Wow. Very nice. Alfie, I know from talking to you before the interview that you recently lost a close friend of yours. Can you share with us that story?
He was my closest mate. He was like my football buddy. He got me into football. He got me, doing the things I haven't been doing. Inspired me to do a lot of things. And late last year, I got a phone from one of my old best mates saying that he's passed. And my heart sank. Sorry. It was, one of the hardest things I've had to put up with, presuming I've known him for about 6 or 7 years, my entire life, technically.
Wow. I mean, what are you now, 16?
I'm 16 now, yeah.
16. Now, have you experienced death or grieving in the past?
Yeah, I've had some family members pass now and then, but
yeah.
I know it's family and it should hurt more, but with my best friend, because of course he was always with me, it's
a different kind of love, Alfie.
Yeah,
absolutely,
completely.
Now, how has that affected your mental health? The loss of your friend.
I would say it hasn't affected badly because of music has helped out. Music helps a lot with mental health.
Right.
Presuming most of my songs now they're relatable because they're about my life, what I've been going through when I was a kid, through now, what things have popped up in this place and there.
Yeah.
And music helps out a lot. So without music, I'll probably say I'll be worse than I am now.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. I mean, if you didn't have the capability of writing your own music and that outlet, so to speak, I think it would be a very different story for yourself.
Yeah, it would. It'll be a different path. It would be the nice path that I'm on right now.
So what would you say to anybody, and not just youngsters like yourself, Alfie, but anybody that is, I'll give you an example. My father passed away in 2012, and I'm 43 now, so you do the maths. I'm useless at maths, Alfie. And it was the first funeral that I ever went to. My dad.
That must have been hard.
Oh, yeah. But it was a lovely service, It was a lovely service. And then obviously back in December, just before Christmas, my mum passed away, and we knew that was going to happen. And do you know what? For me, though, Alfie, I found I couldn't cry. It was only at the moment that my mum passed away that I felt this huge release of tears coming out. It was madness, absolutely madness. But we all deal with grief in different ways, and there's no right or wrong way to grieve.
Yeah, of course. Going
back to your dear friend who sadly passed away, Alfie, you have written a piece in memory of him.
Yes, I have.
Okay. How long did that take you to complete? And when you listen back to it, what emotions come to light?
Well, so I'd say it took me roughly to find a good beat. Took me a day, because I want it to be a memory song for me. So I wanted it to be good. And then I'd say making lyrics probably another day because how hard it was. That I'd write, I'd say like a verse and a hook, and I'd stop because I'd be crying about it. And then I'd say I started fully recording it on the 4th day. And then the editing was the hardest thing because I had to listen back
Yeah.
And, you know, I heard every voice that was coming through my head about the fall. Like, I even had his voice in my head most of the time, me and him laughing. Then it was hard. But, you know, he always said to me what his favourite word was, just stay strong regardless of what life brings you.
I mean, it is easily said than done, but yeah, absolutely, totally agree with that, Alfie. Have you had any support, you know, since the passing of your friend?
Yeah, I've had all my close mates. I don't really say it to my family because, like, you know, they didn't really know him.
Okay.
So I speak to my friends that know about it, you know, on a daily, and they, you know, they do help me through it, and I'm happy to have him in my life.
Well, it sounds to me like his memory lives on every day.
Oh, it does. He was a joker, I'm telling you.
Oh, sounds like my kind of guy.
He was one of those jokers where you would sit in class and he would make you laugh regardless of what mood you were in. Literally any mood you would be in, there would still be a smile on your face.
Oh, that's, yeah. That. Do you know what, though? That is the type of guy and friend you want in your life. It is. You know, puts a smile on your face and he's got your back.
Yeah, he was something different.
So your school life then, you finished school now?
I have officially finished school and I'm now self-employed by myself from me being a music artist.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. So how do you generate money then, Alfie?
So now I'd say 3-4 days ago, I was thinking to one of my mates. He said that he wants to be on the same page as me. So he wants to help me with my music and me earning my money.
Right.
So what me and my mate are doing now, so if people want to hop on like a feature with me, or they want to hop on a song with me, that will cost money. So I'm not just doing it out for free no more.
Oh, okay. So
I can now make a profit.
So what type of people are you looking for? Is it just singers, rappers? Musicians? What are you looking for?
Can literally be anything. I will make music with anyone that has, even if they're not bright and they don't want to, you know, showcase their music to anyone, and they just want to make a song. I'll do that, and I'll give them some sort of inspiration towards them. So like anything, or like anyone or anything that they can do, sing, rap, do instruments, you know, even opera. I'll sit there and anyone can make a song with me. It's like I came from me making not great music to now people loving my music. Before then I used to get hate from it.
You used to get hate?
People messaging me.
You used to get hate? In what way?
Like in school, I used to get people bullying me for it. I used to get messages after school. I used to get picked on in the school and everything for it.
And did they step in and support you?
No, because I didn't tell no one about it. So I just fought it on my own because I knew for a fact when I become famous, they're going to be coming back to me.
Wow.
So I took it all on myself and I was like, you know what? I'll prove them wrong. And so far I'm proving a lot of them wrong. And there are still now people till this day that hate on my music.
Listen, Alfie, you can't be liked by everyone. You can't be like, and that's something that
exactly.
It took me a while. I tell you what, it took me a while, but you know, it's like if I do a show, Alfie, and somebody says, "Oh, do you know what? I saw your show and I didn't think you were funny." Do you know what? That person is right. That person is correct because, you know, we're all unique, aren't we? We're all different people.
Yeah, of course.
What I want to know, though, Alfie, is when you was at school and you're going through that tough time, why did you choose not to reach out to anyone for help? Did you think you could cope on your own?
I knew I could speak to people, but I chose not to because in the deep end, I'm going to be, like I said, later on in a couple of years' time, I will be, you know, hopefully where I want to be on stages, performing with thousands and thousands of people, and getting noticed everywhere. But I thought to myself, what's the point in asking people for help when I need to learn to do things myself? And I know it's not like, you know, you're still young, you need to speak to people about it. I knew I could handle it.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me you're a strong-minded type of guy. I don't think I was that strong-minded at 16, personally?
I mean, it's all about, you know, me getting myself together. So I think I took, so last year, August, I was like, I thought I was one of those cool people in the school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was like, oh yeah, do you know what? I thought I was like the bully and everything. And then I took myself out of the group for about 4 months, and I really, really scanned myself back from what I was doing then. And I just looked at myself like, what am I doing?
Wow.
I'm not enjoying myself. I'm hurting other people. You know, it's not doing me any favours.
Alfie, that is awesome. The way you've explained that is absolutely fantastic. And I do think if there's any young people listening, well, no matter what your age, take note of what Alfie has just said. He scanned himself from what he was like to where he is now. Powerful stuff, Alfie.
Yeah, it was hard because while last year, August, I was doing what I was doing, being the big bully and everything, I was also putting stress on my family. And I didn't notice it because I was the joke person. I was the bully, and I didn't care about what anybody had a thought about me. But it was until one time, I don't know what it was, but one night I fully sat there by myself, nobody around me, my phone off, no internet on or nothing. And I sat down with myself and I spoke to myself about my actions and what I can do to make myself a better me. And the first thing I'd done was I got off all social media. I blocked all of the people that I was mates with, and I started fresh. No matter how old you are, no matter how young, no matter how old you are, you can always start a new life. Always, you can start a new page, you could start a new chapter.
Yeah.
So don't ever think in your life you're too old, you're too young, you can't do this. Because you can. You put your mind to it, you can do anything.
How lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. You mentioned you were the bully. Now, is that in literal terms? Were you actually bullying other people?
No. So I wasn't like most bullies. I wasn't like hurting people. I wasn't like, but you know, like physically punching, you know, kicking people.
Yeah.
I was more making fun out of them, you know.
Okay.
And honestly, Nick, I look back to this day and I still think, what the f was I doing?
You speaking so openly and honestly about that, you know, I didn't expect this. That's a bit of a curve for this interview, Alfie. I didn't expect that. And thank you for being honest.
Honestly, I mean, it's not going to harm, you know, people being, you know, truthful. You know, I used to be a kid that used to sit there and, you know, everyone's been in the stage where they sit and lie about things to get people to like them more. And I think till this day now, I think I'm the better person I've ever been, and mentally, physically, strongly myself. And the amount of success that I put into my music now and the amount of things I've put into the bin, I think I've done a bloody good job.
Well, I know you have. But your mindset is top notch, because if you're thinking that now at 16 years old, you wait till my age, 43. Wow. Well, do you know what, A6? I wish you continued success. I really, really do. I think you are a very, very talented, a very polite young man, and thank you for being, again, so open and honest. That is refreshing. Absolutely refreshing.
Honestly, Nick, me just being on your podcast, you know, it's been a lovely journey so far. And, you know, you helping me out, helping young creators out, you know.
Well,
you're doing the community well.
Well, the thing is, though, the way I look at it, you know, especially the young'uns like yourself, right? And can you believe that I'm classed as a young'un? I'm 43. Unbelievable. But the way I look at it is, you, Alfie, you are the future. So, you know, why not help the future generations? I mean, God knows what the world's going to be like in 20, 30 years' time. It's bad enough now.
I mean, 20, 30 years' time, Nick, I'll be on the billboards.
I can't wait to see you. Don't you go blocking me or anything like that. You still stay friends with me, yeah?
Nick, I will have you in my contacts all day.
I'll tell you what, I'll be a groupie.
You can be a part of my group. Matter of fact, I'll put you my co-manager. Matter of fact, my manager.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. So, I mean, like I said, it sounds to me that you know exactly what you want, and you're the type of guy that will work hard, and he will do it. Now,
yeah.
What realistically in 5 years' time? I know a lot of people say, yeah. What are you going to be like in 5 years' time? But do you have a 5-year plan? Maybe a 3-year plan? A 6-year plan? Well, I mean, how many years plan do you have?
I have no years planned.
That's a shocker. That has surprised me. Well, you just go with the flow.
I don't go with the flow, Nick. What I do is like I do till this day, so with my music, I want to be, an artist. I want to be a well-known artist. I look at my music, look at my old music, and I think what I could do better. I think,
Brilliant.
I don't think years, I don't think months, I think a day at a time. I take a day as it goes. I don't feel like I need to push myself in a couple of years' time. I feel like I'm going to be more than happy that I'm at. I'm going to be further than I am. Matter of fact, I know that I'm going to be further than I am. And I'm just going to take a day as it goes. I'm not where am I going to be this year, next year?
Yeah.
I'm on about what am I going to be doing tomorrow? What am I going to be doing this day?
Oh, do you know what? I love that because I do say to people, especially when they're going through, struggles, and we all go through struggles. And I often say to people, just live for the moment. And that's exactly what you've just said there.
Yes.
Day by day, what will, thank you for that, Alfie. That has really, really put a smile on my face.
I think it's because people think, no matter who you are, how old you are, if you're in a happy state of mind, you put your mind to what you want to do. You push yourself even more than you've ever done.
Yeah.
And there may be, this is my favourite saying, I say it to all of my mates when they're upset. There's not always going to be a straight path to success. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be a lot of sunshines. There's going to be a lot of rainfalls. But at the end of the day, you've got to get on that boat and push through that rainfall. Oh,
wow. What a way with words you've got. Obviously, your friends are the same age as you, I would imagine. Do they have the same mindset as you, or do they think, come on, Alfred, let's go and party, let's go and go down the park and play football, or see girls, boys, whatever?
So back to last year, the group that I was with, they would want to do exactly what you said. Go play football, go meet up with girls, go parties, get drunk, etc. And it got to the point where, Nick, I turned around and I went, no, I'm not doing that no more.
Did you?
I even said this to their faces, every 12 of them. I said, no. I said, I don't want to do it no more. I said, I'm coming up, leaving school. I want to get my mental health right. I want to get my future bright, and I want to keep working hard. And at the time I was new to music, and I didn't know how to record. I was just writing lyrics, and I was just going with the flow. And, it's been a blessing from doing what I was doing back then to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
It's a big reality check.
Oh, wow. Okay, Alfie, you mentioned your brother earlier, he was the chap that really inspired you, got you into it. So what does your brother think of your music now, and who are your new influences, if you have any new influences?
So, in my opinion, my brother doesn't like my music.
What?
For one reason,
you're better than him? No.
For the second reason, he's found out his little brother is better than him. That is all that's going through my mind. I don't care what people's opinions are. At the end of the day, I'm working hard on myself.
But you two, you get on, do you?
Yeah, of course we get on. We get on really well.
So why? I don't get that. You're saying your brother, who was the one who inspired you, doesn't like, which is fine. It's not a problem if he doesn't like it, but there's a difference between I don't like that or, I'm not going to support you. Does he still support you?
Of course he does. He gives me feedback on my music. Well, sometimes when whenever he's at home.
Yeah. And do you take that? Can you take the criticism?
Of course I can. I can take it for many hours a day. I can take it many years to come.
Many hours a day, many years to many centuries. When I'm in a walking stick, I'm in a home. Oh, it's A6 on the wireless. But who inspires you now these days? Then A6.
Myself.
Wow.
I inspire myself. The reason how and the reason I can. I look back at my old self and think to myself with my old music.
Yeah.
How far I've come. And you know.
Yeah, but are there any artists out there that you like listening to?
Oh, there's plenty. There's many others that, you know.
So yeah, so what I'm saying is, then surely they would have some, even if it's the slightest influence to your music.
Do you know what? That's a good one there, Nick. I'd say there has been a couple artists out there that have, you know, thought to me, oh, let me switch up this time. Let me switch the beat. Let me switch my music up a tiny bit, and let me switch a new flow. And that, you know, that has come along, and I have been doing that. If
anybody wants to reach out to you and maybe collaborate with you, how can they get hold of you, Alfie?
So they can easily go to TikTok and type in A6 Music. You know, I'll be up there straight away. It's just a picture with me in a night shirt, and there's like a blue light and type thing. So if anyone out there wants to get, don't matter how old you are, if anyone wants to sit there and collaborate with me, just send me a message. Or if you want more of my socials, it will be on my TikTok. So if you need to get through to me by any other way, if I'm not responding on TikTok, make sure you go follow my others, and I'll get through to you as fast as I can.
Oh, that's wonderful times. Wonderful times. I wish you very, very, very good luck for the future, Alfie. Now, before you go, again, we briefly talked over the trauma that you faced with losing your dear friend. We're going to slightly shorter show today because obviously Damo's not here. But I thought, wouldn't it be fitting if we could play that track that you wrote dedicated to your friend, and I'll let you introduce it. Thank you so much for listening to Headcases podcast. Thank you to my guest, Alfie, aka A6 Music. Alfie, what's the track called?
Yes. It is called My Best Friend. So I lost my best friend late last year, and he was nothing but family to me. He was everything that I ever needed in my life, and I needed someone to be there to put a smile on my face. And when I found out he passed, it was one of the most heartbreaking days of my entire life. And I'd do anything to have him back, and him to be by my side. He's everything I've ever needed in my life. You are my best friend. There's an empty room full of memories, and everywhere I look, that's where you used to be. It's like a photograph, a moment frozen in time. I'm staring at your face, even when I close my eyes. Oh, oh, where'd you go? I thought you'd never leave. Oh, oh, should've known how much you mean to me. Oh, oh, where you are is where I wanna be. So it's a shame that you'll never really know. I wish I could go back and be with you again, 'cause there's so many things I should have said when I had you listening. As close as we were then, as far as we are now, as much as this won't change a thing, you've got me calling out. Oh, oh, where'd you go? I thought you'd never leave. Oh, oh, should've known how much you mean to me. Oh, oh, where
yesterday. The past is all we're gonna have. Watch the glow just fade away. I can't run to catch my breath. I can't hide the secrets left. The plans, the hopes, the dreams, the tears all disappear.
Head Cases Podcast, hosted by Damo Sims and Nick Stoppani. Headcasespodcast.co.uk